And welcome back, folks. We got some more 70-star action coming right at you with Dwhatever versus Puncayshun. I'm Electric, and here joining me in the booth is Scotch and Tie Guy. Are you excited for this race? Because I'm pretty excited for this race.
Looking at two pretty big heavy hitters, Dwhatever, of course, the German phenom, the man, the myth, the legend. Very consistent. Been working really hard at some SM64 and Puncayshun, of course, that world record holder. Definitely looking forward to both these guys head to head. This is a pre-recorded race, unfortunately, but this is the first time that we are watching it. So, fresh reactions from everyone in the booth.
Yep. Whenever you got people competing from all around the world, sometimes they just cannot meet up during these live time slots. So it's just like a live race. They met up at some other time, held the race exactly like they would for a live event, but only one GSA staff member, and of course the racers actually know the outcome. Let's get right underway. We've got them both pulling out the English cart, but of course at this very top level, of course, you're going to have that most optimal version.
There's really no use for the Japanese version at this point in the 70-star league. Even if you're used to playing, 120 or 16 more often than you do 70, you might as well just take the time save and learn, the differences.
Yeah, and with as long as these guys have been playing this game, they've adjusted so many times back and forth with that text scrolling speed that the adjustment comes really, really naturally. So, but we're about to get right underway with Lakitu skip. Got Punkay with the patented long jump skip, and Dwhatever getting caught on the bridge. Oh boy, what a start!
Yeah, really unfortunate. Just a little too far to the right there. You want Mario essentially to be standing with his left foot hanging off the edge and that right foot just barely on the bridge to be able to make that. But now we've got bomb clip on the way.
Okay, getting it really handily. And we're going to see Dwhatever pull out probably the backflip bomb clip. We'll get him that star just a little bit faster. No backflip, unfortunately, but did clip through a lot closer to the star.
Yeah, so Punkay start about a 7-second lead as we head into Peach's slide. Get those guesses out in chat. What have you got for guesses?
I made a lot of guesses in my time, but I think we're about to see dual 12-5s.
12-5s on the docket.
Let's see. And a 13 flat from Punkay, just a little bit sloppy all around. Dwhatever, you're our only hope. A 12-7, still a really respectable time, but the high stakes gamble of dual 12-5s did not pay off, unfortunately.
All into Womp's Fortress. Grabbing all the stars in here. Going to be expecting some really good play here. Both these guys, obviously, especially with 70-star, Womps becomes a routine practice stage. Punkay heading straight up, going directly for Owless to start.
And, just getting the ledge grab instead of actually getting onto and inside the cage. Meanwhile, Dwhatever heading on over for his cannonless, and it's good first try. Punkay with a second try Owless. So pretty well closing up that lead, just about synced up. I believe Dwhatever might have a slight lead. I honestly can't remember which of the two is faster first try with the full setup cannonless. I believe Owless is supposed to be faster. So we've got Punkay heading for his cannonless, going for that full setup. Dwhatever, first try Owless, and with that he is confirmed in that lead by just a couple of seconds. Very nice.
Kind of interesting swapping those two, harder strats here in Womps to start And Dwhatever going for his 100. Two different techniques here for 100. Dwhatever going with that pro setup where you collect that row of 5 coins to start. Punkay going for that normal kind of setup.
Yeah, Dwhatever does get that pro cycle. Very, very nice. It's extremely tight. Whenever you're first trying to learn how to do that cycle, you'll miss it all the time without even really understanding where you're losing time. You have to have a really good eye for optimization to make that work.
Well, D certainly putting into practice. Punkay having no problems with his normal cycle there for 100. And as you see there, Punkay needing to collect a couple of extra stars at the end, coins at the end there to get that 100 star coin star.
I mean, the coins have stars on them. It can be confusing. So now both these guys are just going to be heading over for Royal Blue. Not expecting much to happen with this one. Probably the easiest thing in Womps overall. Beautiful movement from both of these guys. So now, going to the top of the fortress, we're going to bully its rightful owner into submission, and then go ahead and plant our Mario flag at the top of his tower that somehow just spawns out of his back.
Kind of a monument. Oh, and Punkay!
Punkay with the big old bonk there. Oh, he just can't make his way up the slope at the moment. Going for the true beginner strats. My first Wumps Fortress entry.
Yeah, that backup can be kind of difficult because, you know, you're trying to kind of scrambling to get back up that side. That angle especially kind of difficult.
It's hard to build up enough speed on your long jump to make it up the slope enough.
Dwhatever going to be going ahead and finishing up Womps.
Ooh, the double jump top of the fortress. Beautiful stuff.
Wow. Really nice way to finish that up. Punkay on his way as well.
And he is able to finally get that this time around.
And heading into Peach's Slide one more time. Let's get a little bit more conservative guesses this time.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 12-7 again on Dwhatever. Punkay, I think, will clean it up a bit, but still end up with a 12-8. 12-7, as predicted. You got to sandbag your first guess. It can't be anywhere close to right, and your second one will always be right. Watch this 12-8. Dwhatever coming out in chat apparently with some form of retrograde amnesia. Punkay with the 12-7. Commentator just unable to hold his crystal ball together.
Well, into wing cap reds now. Aggressive flying here from D.
Oh man, this is wild.
Nice big arcs. Keeping that momentum up. Punkay.
Very nice flying as well.
Yeah, a little bit safer.
He's going real deep with these arcs though. He's keeping a lot of speed throughout all this turning. Very good wing cap from both as Dwhatever moves into the darkest of worlds.
Yeah, Dark World, all about, you know, these Bowser stages, all about cycles. These guys know how to maintain them. Probably going to go for a safe Shig.
Whoa, we've got Rock Chalk resubscribing, making his total subscription a year long. Thank you so much, Rock Chalk. Gonna be seeing your race in a little while.
Get some subscription hype in the chat.
Oh, now Dwhatever pulling out the Shia Cycle elevator movement here. Oh boy. Let's see if he can keep this pace. He's taking these corners really tight. Oh, the pillar just... Oh, that island not quite working out for him.
I'm pretty sure did he grab it?
That was a shake cycle because of that delay on the island in the middle.
Yeah, no, I was saying, did he grab that fourth? I thought he grabbed the fourth coin on the first go around. Not sure why he spun back around. Maybe just not happy with the cheese block location.
Yeah, I feel like that really must have been it. It didn't really happen on his side, but one of the big difficulties about that island is like the red coin is placed right at the very edge of the spire. And so if you go just a little bit too deep to grab the coin, you'll end up making Mario slide on that spire since it's so steep. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I think it may have just been like he didn't like the way he would have had to approach the cheese block. Not necessarily its position, but
yeah, chat confirming for sure. You know, he did grab that fourth coin, just wasn't happy with the angle, like you're saying.
It's also right next to him section of Dark World, and they're such a pain, such a menace.
Well, back into BOB. Just a quick little sky hop. We're heading into CCM.
Whatever, it looks like a little bit uncomfortable with that opening movement, but should be fine here. Triple jump is good, nice height. Perfect sky jump. And that's Puncayshun also with that beautiful sky jump. Okay, Super Viper, I have 2 words for you. Kyuho. The real worst enemy in the game. Amps will mess up your day more often, yes, but if you get caught by a Heave-Ho, you're just done. There's nothing you can really do.
Do whatever with the very nice wall kicks. Good camera angle, too.
Yeah, that was beautifully performed. And got Punkay going for it as well. Awesome stuff. All right, now Dwhatever going for that CCM 17 movement. Meanwhile, Punkay gonna save a little baby penguin first off.
Interesting choice for D to be getting these 100 coins and Slide Star out of the way first.
Yeah, this is, if you're really confident in that plus, this is honestly the move for races, because messing up a plus once, okay, you know, that's going to be, you know, at most like 20 seconds lost. But you mess up that penguin slide for CCM 18, congrats, you just lost over a minute. So,
yeah. Well, both these guys committing to CCM 17 for sure. So we will be seeing some double pluses tonight.
It's honestly, I definitely love seeing the double pluses. It's such a fluid route. I'm not a huge fan of the penguin race. It's certainly overall more consistent than trying to do plus twice. But when you're at this very, very top level and you have that long time experience with that trick, it's certainly just that the route comes together so well.
Well, and we've seen it with Blue Bob already, you know, in D2. You know, if you go with that CCM 18, you have to do 100 coins with the penguin race, and that can get kind of wonky. You know, he missed a coin, or he missed 2 coins, so he wasn't able to collect 100 coins on the slide. So that can mess you up. It doesn't happen too often, but you know, avoiding that risk altogether.
All right, now Dwhatever moving into BBH, not really showing any signs of slowing down for Punkay. Punkay definitely has his work cut out for him at the moment. But we're just getting into the meat of this run. SSL, its shadow looming over us. Maybe that's why BBH is so dark and gloomy. Dwhatever joining the Ghostbusters for a bit. They don't need any of that fancy gear, no ectoplasm rays or whatever, just good old-fashioned elbow grease and a little bit of sliding action. Punkay also moves up for the boo. He's been talking about having some problems with that strat right there. Fortunately, got it this time around. That second hit on the boo you can actually get with the crouch that you next use for a long jump rather than punching the boo. And it saves just a little bit of time, but he had been complaining about having issues with that strat recently. Oh, Dwhatever, though, not able to quite get his way up over the fence. Not able to get the wall kick now. Okay, he's finally up there, but losing some precious time that Punkay will easily capitalize on. And then falling off of the platform entire. Oh, man, this star should not go so badly. You can see the disappointment.
He's keeping his cool, though. You know, he's not showing too much frustration. Obviously, a little shake of the head, a little, you know, grimace here and there, but really keeping it together, putting his head down, saying, okay, got past that. Now we're into downstairs, into the basement.
And so, as he's picking up this bunny and going to move into SSL, okay, right on his heels at this point. Nice punch grab there. A really good position for the punch grab as well. But puncayshun just firing right back with a slightly better position, just inching forward just a tad.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go. Pluses on the way. We've got 4 of them to get done total.
And it looks like Dwhatever. Wow. Beautiful. That textbook right there. You see Dwhatever taking the approach of, if I do have to skip out on the second plus, I want to at least have gotten the fast star. And Punkay as well. So now Dwhatever going in on his second plus here. He's got his big bomb, the Tama, the double jump, and then finally the pyramid clip. Beautiful stuff from Dwhatever. A little bit of delay on that second one, getting up the pyramid itself, but not too shabby overall. Okay, coming a little bit close to shiny top there, but he managed to avoid it, and we got 4 pluses attempts and 4 pluses succeed.
You know, the nice thing is that, you know, the first plus went so well for D. You know, that second one, not as clean per se, but still very, very, very clean. And getting that first plus done, you know, has to build a little confidence for that second plus for both these guys. Dwhatever taking care of Talon now. Nice jump off the fly guy. Punkay going to be doing the same.
Great stuff. And so now Dwhatever just has to take care of shiny top. Punkay right behind him, and they're going to be moving right along into LLL. And of course, both these guys are going to be going for that pro lava boost more than likely. And other things throughout the stage can lose just a few seconds, which normally wouldn't be too huge a deal, but these guys are really, really close right now.
Yeah, Punkay's made up a considerable bit of time, especially there in BBH from Dwhatever's mistake. So only about 8 seconds worth of difference right now between these guys, both of them taking care of these reds. Really, you know, it's always fascinated me is that fireball that kind of jumps across, you know, there you're able to kind of, it looks as though Mario is going through it, but we're able to avoid taking a burn from it.
Yeah, with how menacing the fireballs can be elsewhere, it's really nice how that cycle ends up working out for us. But Dwhatever, beautiful red hot log rolling. Puncayshun following right along, having to take a ledge grab here though, just a little bit of a misangled long jump. And so now we got Dwhatever heading over towards the volcano. Probably going to be starting out with lava boost here. This pro boost, very, very precise. Oh, but he's ending up okay. He's just gonna go for the long jump boost instead. Very, very consistent. Does not lose much time. And a fairly traditional ending. No pro ending here. And we got Punkay going for the same, just not wanting to take the risk at all. I can certainly sympathize with that.
Yeah, that's the big thing about races in general. You know, in runs, you're going for that pro boost without a doubt. But here in races, you know, knowing the consistency of your pro boost compared to another more simpler version of that lava boost, you can trade it off a little bit. And like you said earlier, it doesn't lose that much time in comparison. Puncayshun taking care of this elevator tour. Nice dive.
Beautiful stuff.
Good rollout.
Yeah, that rollout's super, super picky. If you do it slightly wrong, then you can end up just bonking right on the edge of the star platform, and it's so heartbreaking. You're so close, and then you're just falling straight down to the bottom.
Dwhatever, able to get the triple bully kill. Just needs a quick ground pound, grabs the star. He'll do one more star, that elevator tour. Punkay's already done.
And Punkay with that really, really nice side flip kill on the bully. As Dwhatever's going to close off his LLL with elevator tour himself. Meanwhile, Punkay still has to deal with a set of 3 bullies across the way.
You know, I want to say real quick as we head into DDD, you know, as a Floridian, I respect Dwhatever's sleeveless game. It's very impressive.
And giving us all free tickets to the gun show, it seems. And DDD, what a stage. I mean, I think it's very unfortunate that we still have to see DDD, but we don't ever get to see JRB. I would definitely prefer for JRB to be in runs in some way. But I mean, you can't get around DDD. It's sitting there, a huge, impenetrable just wall of water, forcing you to grab a star off Bowser's sub before you can advance to the Fire Sea. Oh, congrats to Ouija on that. That's a really good time. It's going to probably be the next to join the 47 club at that rate. Both of them heading over towards these chests. Dwhatever, nice 4th chest grab.
Yeah, not missing any chests. Good swimming. Pretty straightforward. While we have the moment, though, just a couple plugs as we get up to about the halfway point of this race. Exclamation point schedule to see the full schedule of everything that GSA has going on. Exclamation point bracket to see the where your favorite runners at and who they have to go up against. Exclamation point merch for the merchandise, shirts, hoodies, really clean looks. And exclamation point YT and exclamation point YouTube for the YouTube channel. All reruns are on there. As we head for front sub, Dwhatever, getting it done. First try, Punkay setting up for rear sub.
And he wants that consistency, but is going to lose a few seconds to Dwhatever. The gap is starting to widen. Now, as Dwhatever moves into Manta Ray, I have to personally apologize for all the times that I said that the secrets have a delay, and that's what's so bad about this star. I was wrong. I found, as someone in chat mentioned, I unfortunately don't remember who, but Panenkoic made a video explaining what exactly is wrong with these rings. Get ready. You better grab onto something. There is actually a bug with the hitboxes, and they don't align whatsoever with the visual rings. It just so happens that the first 5 align pretty well, but beyond that, a number of the rings' hitboxes are effectively sideways compared to the visual ring. If you go look up his video on it, there's a direct comparison with a version that's hacked to actually show you visually what the real hitbox looks like. And you'll see why the rings are such a pain whenever you watch that video. Like the hitboxes are just incredibly off.
Well, you don't want to miss them at all. Those first 5, especially Dwhatever, firmly on lava boost cycle here for Fire Sea. Gets the long jump, and it's free.
Beautiful stuff there. Not having any issue. That's what you love to see in Fire Sea.
Oh, that rollout for that 7th red. Punkay working on his lava boost as well.
Looks good. Yep, there we go.
Not going for the rollout over that. Bit of fire, missing the pole grab, but able to finish it up regardless. Not able to get that good ending.
Yeah, Punkay had a pretty interesting strat there to accommodate that with the low wall kick. Oh, okay, guys, I feel the need to say this. We've had so many people in chat saying Dwhatever is cute. Just to reiterate, this is not a dating site. I mean, I guess you could send them DMs on Discord if you wanted to, but this is a speedrun race, just so everyone knows. With that said, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with all of you. And I've seen Dwhatever in person, so I feel like I probably have even more to say.
But my favorite letters are Q and T in relation to Dwhatever.
This is fair. This is fair.
But we are heading upstairs now. 2nd floor of this castle. Wet, dry world. We're going to keep it pretty dry for the most part.
Yeah, as Dwhatever moving in for his 100 coin. Let's see these box breaks here. Going for just the first double box. Kind of a weird camera angle you have to get for that. It's really kind of understated exactly how much precise camera manipulation there is in this game. Like, the camera, like, automatically does certain things when you enter stages. BOB is the best example of this. If you've ever tried learning, like, bomb clip, for instance, you may notice it's really hard to actually get the angle that most of these runners will get in their race. And getting a proper camera angle for that double box break is no exception. Dwhatever getting amped, though.
Yeah, a couple of early mistakes there, you know, taking a bonk there as he was trying to dive after getting that 4th secret, or excuse me, the 3rd secret. But Punkay also getting amped. Yeah.
Oh, and then getting the bonk on the bricks there. Level 1 bonk, though, not causing him to get re-amped.
Dwhatever getting that 95 coins. Finish up 100 coins here. Punkay on his way for that 95 as well.
And avoiding his mortal nemesis, not reading that sign over by that line of 5. Has to go grab this unruly chuck it coin, though. Wow, he looked so close to those amps. I'm a little surprised he avoided those. And we've got Dwhatever with the draws kick. I feel like so many people are doing it now. It may not be entirely fair to call it the draws kick anymore, but such a sick strat.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about, you know, a lot of strats nowadays is, you know, they're effectively used so much on a regular basis, and these guys are running so frequently that implementing them into runs at races is just pretty plain and simple. Dwhatever.
Oh, yeah, taking a bit of a swim here. Oh man,
maybe just a dropped input there. I've seen that sort of thing. I've done that sort of thing several times. So just the Z button maybe not working when you want it to. You can see it on Dwhatever's face. Just got a little bit of frustration. Maybe a couple sleepies in the eyes.
Punkay, though, going to gain a little bit of time due to that mistake. Also, Para, I just saw draws as the first one to do it. This strat was probably around longer than that. That's my bad. If draws wasn't the one that created it, I have no idea who did.
Yeah.
I just call it that because he was the first to do it in a GSA race that I saw.
Dwhatever with the head nod, just a little frustrated with Wet Dry World. Not happy with that, obviously. But into THI.
Yep, the worst stage in the game, unequivocally. Anyone that disagrees, I mean, I don't know what to say to you.
It's the angles are just so awkward. I mean, to a degree, it's just like it's fun in the sense that everything's kind of compact in there, especially when Mario is big and the world itself is smaller. But again, the angles are just so awkward.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly easy to die in this stage, at least like in casual play and in 120. In 70, you don't really see many issues, but like, for instance, if you mess up your movement around that second secret and the flame shooter gets you, there is a chance you could just go right over the edge.
Dwhatever, getting a punch instead of a dive there, so going to go all the way around the mountain and a little bit of a slide.
Yeah, his lead is starting to get chopped a little bit by Punkay now. Oh, Punkay taking a little bit longer of a swim than necessary. Wants to enjoy that water. I feel like that water's got to be really warm since it's on top of a mountain and there's not very much of it, at least over the land.
Yeah, it's shallow. It's like a puddle.
It's surprising how deep the water actually is, though, in that mountain when you do the clip.
Dwhatever missing the first piranha plant, doing the counterclockwise movement, going to go ahead and take care of these other piranhas before heading back on over.
He misses it with the slide kick yet again, but he is able to go ahead and make his way back over very cleanly in time for the star. But the lead is getting very, very slender now. I think that was about a 31-10 stage exit or so. And Punkay's going to end up, about 10 seconds or so behind. 31-19. Padronis, that is a very firm yes.
Well, into TTM. A lot can happen in here.
Yeah, let's see how those log wall kicks. Oh, he's setting up for the breeze strat. And of course, we're seeing a breezeless attempt. Oh, unfortunately getting the fake out.
Punkay going to be going for a breezeless as well. And getting it. And wow, knocking the time difference about in half just because of that right there.
Oh, wow. It's a very, very near sync at this point.
I mean, this is kind of the sort of expectation that you have for this sort of a race, though. I mean, both these guys are so prolific, and especially in 70 star.
Now, I always feel the need to point out this quote from puncayshun: "Breezeless is free." And he is finally proving that again today. Dwhatever with the same bonk that just decimated Vyro, but fortunately able to land back on top of that leafy platform. And with that, Punkay is going to go ahead and take the lead here.
Yeah, again, some more awkward angles. It's kind of interesting. You get THI than TTM, and TTM is similar where it has a couple of awkward angles, especially in those reds area. But a lot more space to work with here in TTM, obviously.
See, THI is you, and TTM is the guy that your girl tells you not to worry about.
Oh, no.
Dwhatever with the big slide down the side of the mountain. Oh, man. He needs to just take that mental refresh. He's starting to fall apart just a little bit here and there with some really, really solid gameplay the first half of this run. When the mistakes start coming, and they seem to start coming a bit in droves, and I hope he's able to go ahead and have that mental reset.
I need some guesses for what Dwhatever was typing there. Maybe like Googling how to TTM.
Could be.
How to beat Punkay.
How to destroy anime.
Scaling this mountain just fine. Punkay working on his reds now. Very clean. A little bit of a slide there at the end, but other than that, very, very clean reds.
And now Dwhatever is going to be moving along for his own box here. Kind of an interesting setup. Not exactly sure what happened there. Haven't seen that too often. I think he may have been trying to go for like the fastest strat, but had to kind of go for the little bit different backup setup. But Punkay gets the triple jump. He's on the side, the wall kick, and he's got that snowman's head star. I think it's pretty fair to say that that's the hardest star on SL. The other stars can be kind of tricky, but that star in particular has just been ruthless throughout this tournament, it seems.
Well, the other stars, it seems to be if you do them too quickly, if you kind of go into auto mode and you just say, okay, these other stars are really, really simple. This deep freeze in particular, we've seen the triple jump kind of miffed because you went a little too far to the left or a little too far to the right, not realizing it.
Yeah, you got to always be thinking with this game. It's 90% muscle memory, but that 10% of actual focus and adapting to your situation is absolutely invaluable. Without that, like your times are just going to be terrible. And Dwhatever, for whatever reason, just does not seem to be liking speed kicks at the moment. And looked like he was almost going for SL Reds for some reason. That was interesting. I definitely think it's safe to say that D is a bit flustered at the moment.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of tilt from the combination of a couple of minor mistakes. THI and TTM. But Punkay heading out of SL. Going to be heading back down to the basement for HMC. It's still very, very close regardless. And of course, we've got Tippy to look forward to.
Lumen on the horizon as that great equalizer. And HMC is going to give Dwhatever kind of a chance to take a few deep breaths. You know, maybe pour himself a cup of tea. You know, whatever he needs to just go ahead and calm whatever's going on with him.
Well, into HMC we go.
All right, Punkay going to be probably headed first for Rolling Rock. Oh, nope. Got ourselves a triple box jump first, this traditional order. Yeah, very Peepo comfy stage.
Dwhatever going for that triple box jump as well. Gets the good angle, gets the good triple jump. And very nice dive, direct shot for that star. What was that clip?
Yeah, that was
on Punkay's side.
that was a little bit monk-esque. I wasn't quite sure he was gonna make it up, but that platform can be really weird. Like I don't even bother with the dive anymore because it's pretty inconsistent, and of course failing it means death. You would ever not even having to worry about the dive with that slightly faster right side movement.
Yeah, not getting the ground pound, but it's fine. You got it. Move right along.
Doesn't he always do it like that? Are you talking about like the dive strat on the left side? Because I mean that is like the fastest way to do it on the left side. It was just we were talking about how like Mario kind of like got bumped up by the edge of the platform.
It almost looked like he was going to take a bonk there.
Yeah, exactly.
On the side, but for whatever reason, just kind of clipped on up. A little bit of assistance.
And now Punkay closing out the Christmas miracle here.
Hegel.
39.09. Heading out of HMC into Tippy.
Yeah, that is a really, really respectable time.
Here we go.
Sub 50. Still possible on both sides of the screen.
Hegel.
Give about 10 minutes, give or take, as you head up into Tippy before finishing the game. We've got Rainbow Ride now. Hopefully that Lakitu bounce first. Good wall kick.
I've seen a lot of people going for that standard first jump rather than the side flip there. Oh, now Punkay not able to get his second wall kick that he wanted, but is able to still pull off a very nice ending. And Dwhatever kind of pulling off this more right side movement, that perpendicular side flip. Oh, but then missing his wall kick. He does manage to land back on the platform he needs, but she's going to go ahead and take the pretty basic ending now.
Here we go.
Okay, with these reds now. Gets that good slide for the 5th red coin.
Hegel.
He is going to be following up behind with the same, but not able to get that. Wall kick upward and struggling to get up.
He finally manages it, but that was, oh man, that's more time loss that he just didn't need. His actual reds seem to be going pretty strong. As Punkay pulls off a very, very nice tricky triangles. He's got one more star left, and he will be moving his way right on out.
Hegel.
Yeah, Punkay at this point just needs to keep his head down. Not make big mistakes. I mean, you've got TTC where big mistakes can be made, but his Rainbow Ride was nearly flawless.
Yeah, that's certainly a Rainbow Ride to be proud of. He's got a very, very solid ending on this run coming up. Now, talking to Toad early here, as we kind of alluded to last race, been kind of a debate on whether Toad early or Toad late is the optimal order. Punkay seemed to have pulled off that movement really, really well. So I think he is going to save just a little bit of time over Toad late. I believe Toad late is supposed to be the faster one, but actually getting that time save is very, very difficult.
Well, it's all about the movement. You know, if you're able to get that movement correctly, which is insane when, you know, you talk about time saves, talking about castle movement and, you know, these Toad stars in particular, how much time can be saved just based off movement in the castle.
Those beautiful synchronized ground pounds there. In the same star, 2 separate parts of it, but still probably the closest together visually that we've seen them in a while.
Yeah, that critical section, 60, 70, 80, 90 coin area. Very difficult, but both these guys getting it done fairly well. Dwhatever, 1 coin, just not cooperating.
Yeah, that mid box seems to just have a tendency, for whatever reason, to spray everywhere. And nice wall kicks to end. As Punkay is moving on to his triple jump moving wall kicks here. Okay, having a little bit of an issue with Pit and Pendulum, but he's able to make it work eventually.
Yeah,
Dwhatever also onto the moving wall kick.
Yeah, it looked like Punkay had a weird setup for that. 50-50 grind!
Oh no! Oh, poor D. That was. I don't even have the words for that mistake. That was just devastating.
Yeah, that moving platform in the 50-50 grind that we saw there, just a lethal combination.
And what's worse is if he hadn't kicked, he probably could have saved that with get a hand, but unfortunately just wasn't able to make it work. Punkay is getting a hand here. That strat I absolutely adore with that triple jump moving wall kick. So now D is also making his way through these triple jumps. Punkay is just going to be closing out the time stop stars, and he'll be moving right along to Sky.
I mean, he's on a very, very good pace right now. I mean, nearly flawless. Tippy.
Yeah, more than likely his final time is going to be pretty low 48, at least with his current pace, and that's just insane to think about.
Well, this is the sort of thing that you saw from him last season. I mean, finishing it up, especially near the end, just completing with nothing but 48s. Not even a 49 to speak of.
Yeah, he really has earned that title, the king of consistency, because he's able to whip out really, really great runs continuously, it feels like. Okay, so now he's going to be moving on into Sky.
Not thinking 47, just because of the time that it takes to get bits done.
Yeah, you'd have to do some really wild, like 16-star or less strats in order to accomplish a 47 with this.
More than likely looking at a very, very low 48, though.
And I think a 48 OX is still on the table, but just barely. Dwhatever, though, right on his heels, gonna be talking to Toad and then making his own way into Sky. Taking the bonk on the wall, though, having to wait just a sec before Toad will actually speak to him.
Punkay doing standing left side, keeping it safe. Avoiding the Goomba. Good triple jump into the pipe. And you know what? No.
Yeah, no, the Bowser fight takes about 40 seconds at the very, very minimum. And he entered it like 22, 23 into the pipe, so...
Yeah, definitely not a 47 in the works, unfortunately.
OX, yeah. Or 8 OX, very, very possible.
3 throws, wow.
Those were super, super clean throws.
I mean, if you were gunning for a 47, that was the time. And Dwhatever going to right side, unfortunately missing that triple jump. But Punkay with the 48.04. I mean,
what a time!
Wow. What was his time at pace? What was his 47?
It was a 47.59.
Wow. I mean, 5 seconds off of the time that allowed you to win. You know, that's amazing. And this is the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So how many, I mean, could we see some 47s from Punkay this season? Maybe. But Dwhatever finishing it up here. Looking like a mid 49.
Yeah, not a horrible run by any means.
No.
Just a few mistakes here and there really tripped him off, it seemed.
I mean, the one big thing to look at with Division 1 in particular, you're looking for sub 50s. for races. It's hard when you're going up against a guy like Punkay, Dwhatever missing that third throw, unfortunately. I mean, Punkay again, like insane, 48.04.
Well, GG's to both of these guys. Awesome race and a great show that they put on for both of us here.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got some more racing action. Draws versus Blue Esports Paracusia coming up right after this. Got about a 9 or so minute intermission for y'all. As Scotch said earlier, exclamation schedule to check our upcoming races, and exclamation YT to check out our 2 YouTube channels, and of course exclamation merch for all that swag GSA clock logo merch. But for now, I'm Electric. With me in the booth, Scotch and Ty Guy. It's been a pleasure, my man.
Well, it'll be a pleasure once again as well. The next race, we'll be right back.
Yep. Peace out, guys. We'll see you in just a sec.